Hi, my name is Sam Overton. I'm a second year and I'm the culture editor.
Hi, I'm Jalen Harrington. I'm a fourth year and I'm the editor-in-chief.
Hi, I'm Avery Davis. I'm a third year and I'm the news editor. And we're here to talk about Red. Taylor's version.
Basically, we're going to pick out a favorite song that we had that she re-recorded, and then we're going to pick out a hot take out of the re-recorded songs that she had, and then we're going to go into the vault tracks in more depth, and we'll kind of go through each one of those.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Can I do two?
Yeah, you can do two.
Okay, I'll do two. The first one is a song that I've always loved. It's Begin Again, and I thought that it was really improved on Taylor's version. I don't really know why. I think there's some harmonies in it that just stand out more than they originally did on the original track. So yeah, I loved it. And then I also really love The Last Time. But if anyone else want to talk about it,
that was probably my favorite re-recording of all of them, because the drum line was so much more pronounced in throughout the song. I don't know if you two caught that throughout throughout the song, especially through the beginning, because in the original version it was very, very muted, and there was only the piano and stuff at the beginning, but you could hear the bass in the background for most of the song, I think. But that was I really liked that a lot. It felt a lot more personal.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just have to talk about it. Sad, Beautiful, Tragic
so good.
is so good. It's so much better, I think, re-recorded, because she's older now and she has so much more pain in her voice, and I think it really comes across in her singing now, and I think that just makes that song so much better. It's my favorite song on the album, and that was my favorite re-recording.
I agree, because especially when she first wrote it, she was still dealing with it.
Yeah.
And I always thought that song had the most emotion, out of all of them. And yeah, so now it's interesting, looking her re-recording it, looking back on that relationship, and yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
That one's slept on. That one and The Last Time. Those were both really slept on.
Not to get into the hot takes already, but Sad, Beautiful, Tragic is my least favorite.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Not this.
Allie, you're swapping in. It's just there's I don't know if we can do this.
It's a good song. I don't think that Red has any bad songs, but I just
That song Never Being Heartbroken, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's because I listened to Red a lot when I was younger, and that was just one that I never really liked, and so I think it kind of translated. And so I'll probably learn to love it, but just right now it's not one of my favorites.
That's crazy.
So some hot takes on the re-recordings, not including the vault tracks. God knows we'll get into that in just a minute, but
I didn't really like how Girl at Home was kind of repurposed, and I don't even know, how would you describe what she did to that song? It's
she said reuse, reduce, what is it?
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
That's what she did for the song.
Something about the vocals sound weird to me, and it's really it's more poppy, whereas the original is
guitar.
It just sounds more country.
Yeah.
And I've always really liked that song. I know most people don't, but yeah.
What do you think? Because we talked about that earlier. But
funny story. When I listen to Red, because Red's 30 songs long, I only listen to the songs that I like, and I do not like that song apparently, so I didn't give it a listen. But for me, I was kind of shocked. My hot take is that all of her best songs, all of her most popular songs, I guess I should say, off of Red, had incredibly lazy Taylor's versions.
Really?
If we're talking about Red, I Knew You Were Trouble, All Too Well, and 22, incredibly lazy. Even Never Ever Getting Back Together.
Okay, I will say
They were too similar to the original version.
They're supposed to.
But that's not the point.
Here's the thing. We're not getting into the vault ones yet, but
No.
I'm serious, man. I gotta get this off my chest.
Oh no.
You listen to the Taylor's version of All Too Well, and then you listen to the 10-minute version, they sound different.
They do.
Yeah.
They sound different. You can tell that she put effort into the 10-minute version. She did not put effort
they're
into
supposed to.
re-recording.
They're different songs.
The re-recorded one of the original is supposed to sound like the original.
No, it's not. It's not supposed to sound exactly like the original.
Do we need to talk about why she's re-recording in the first
No,
place?
no, I know why. I know why she's.
Sound the same.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You listen to. We'll go back to what was it? Speak Now. Love Story. Love Story does not sound the exact same as the original Love Story. My point is, yeah, they're re-recordings. They're supposed to sound similar, but there should be little improvements, little changes that make the song better. And for me, a lot of those songs and a lot of her biggest songs, there is no reason to listen to the Taylor's version versus the original. There's just not.
But you're missing the point of why she re-recorded the
it's not
song.
about missing
I don't
the
want
point.
it. Like, I think her classic songs, like, people wouldn't listen to the re-recordings if, like, the production sounded different. Like, people want to listen to the songs that they know.
Okay, so did she keep every single song on these Taylor's versions the exact same as the old ones?
She doesn't keep every single
No, right?
version the exact same.
But, like,
no.
the big
None
hits,
of them are the
Yeah.
exact
the big
same.
hits should stay the same.
I disagree.
Yeah.
She literally does it. She does it on the 10-minute version. It's done.
But
I'm not
that's a
asking for
different,
too
it's
much.
not supposed to be a whole different thing.
That's a different
it's not
song.
supposed to,
I
like,
don't. Maybe y'all aren't understanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm trying to clarify what I'm saying.
Oh.
See, don't do this.
let's let
Okay.
them explain one more time.
All right. What I mean by little adjustments is when All Too Well the 10-minute version starts, it sounds different than the original. I don't mean adding new lyrics. I don't mean making it longer or making significant changes. I'm just saying there should be little differences in the recording that I can appreciate, similar to how the love stories are different. That's all I meant. I don't mean completely new songs or anything.
I don't think that Love Story is that different,
I
though.
don't think,
It feels
I
different.
think the only difference really between Love Story is her voice.
Yeah.
Which can't change.
And then she,
But I
like,
don't think the actual production of
Well,
Love Story. I think it sounds very similar.
sounds
I think
very
All
similar.
Too Well, her performance is very similar. Like there isn't even, and maybe it's just because some songs translate better to getting older versus kind of being the age that you were. All Too Well doesn't really benefit from, whatever changes have happened to her voice with age, to me. So I think, there are oral changes that are on the 10-minute version that would have been nice to have on the original, and that tracks for all of the biggest songs on the Taylor's versions.
well,
Okay.
I think a similarity between a lot of the biggest songs on Taylor's version, like 22 and I Knew You Were Trouble, etc., those are pop hits.
Correct.
And so there's a lot of different like instrumentals and a lot of different sounds being played around with there, and so it's harder to make like a concrete change, I think, and have it be heard. Because with All Too Well, I mean that's a more simplistic song, so you can say I don't think she did anything different. Guitar sounds the same, the drum line sounds the same, whatever. But with like I Knew You Were Trouble and 22, that's a lot of different components in there.
This is kind of random, but in We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, it is her, like, during the chorus, the wee, it sounds different.
It sounds
It does
weird.
sound
It
different.
really-
I don't think I
was kinda
liked
I don't
it.
like it.
I don't think I
I don't
liked
like
it.
It
Yeah.
sounded kind of weird.
But I appreciate that. I
respect
appreciate
it.
a little difference.
Yeah, it sounds like she just like pitched her voice up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Also,
strange.
it feels like in the original, it was like multiple voices doing the wee, but
Instead of just
I think it was just
It's
one.
just
It
her,
just sounds
yeah.
like her.
Yeah. So shall we talk about
Track
the vault
by track.
tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's pull it up.
Okay, the first one is
Ronan, right?
Ronan.
Okay.
I don't think that that's a vault track per se.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
You
So
don't
that's
want to
the
do
that's the
like
thing.
Ronan, Better Man, or Babe, since those are already out.
No, Better Man and Babe
Those aren't
definitely
vaults.
vault tracks. Ronan is not. Ronan.
She just added it.
I
to
was
the
gonna
album, but
I
it's
was gonna
not-
ask about
yeah,
that
that's-
because
Yeah.
it didn't sound like a vault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Ronan, I don't think should be included in like critiques and whatnot because it's just a tribute to a woman's dead son,
Sure.
which I think is like at the end of the day, and it is a very pretty song.
Better Man.
Better Man.
Okay, I'll start first.
Okay.
I loved her version of this. Like,
Okay.
I had listened to the other song before. Is it Little Big Town or Sugarland who does it?
Little Big Town.
Little Big
yeah.
Town. And I mean, it was fine. Theirs just sounded like super country. Like they just had a super country version of it. And I like country music, but I never really listened to that song. And so I wasn't really looking forward to like this coming out. It's just like whatever, she's re-recording it.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounded so good. Like her voice on this song, I don't know, I loved it.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a stickler for songs like this, so it was one of my favorite vault tracks, actually.
Yeah, I think that I had a certain amount of like nostalgia tied to it because this was like the first song by Little Big Town that I really, really loved. And like I'm like a mid-country fan, like I'm not like I'm not a huge fan of country, but this is a really, really good song. And I knew even then that it was written by her, so I was like really excited for this song to come out because I was like, oh my god, like finally she's singing it. But yeah, it's so good. It was a very solid start to
Part of me, okay, I had this feeling that just the fact that she was re-recording and including Better Man and Babe, I feel like if I was Little Big Town or Sugarland, I'd be kind of mad that she was doing that.
Yeah.
Because like she sold the song to them and it became their song and like she was the writer.
Correct.
And now, like, so a bunch of like Swifties like listen to those songs because, I mean, and Taylor is like featured on Babe.
Yeah.
And now, like, she re-recorded her songs, and so people are just gonna listen to those versions, and it's gonna take a lot of their, like, listens away.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be mad if like, the original songwriter of a song that they gave to me was like, hey, I'm gonna re-record this and, like, do it myself now.
Yeah,
But that's just me.
it's especially funny when you consider the fact that, you know, Taylor sold this song to someone who probably doesn't own their masters. And now that Taylor is re-recording music so that she can own it, she is now taking ownership of these songs. And like, it's not like she's even featuring these artists on it, so they also have part ownership. It's just, nope, it's mine now.
Yeah, I don't know what the legality, or not even legality, but I don't know what that process is like.
Yeah.
But I will say that Little Big Town won a Grammy for their performance of Better Man, which that had to have hurt a little bit to see somebody else win a Grammy because of, and granted she had won Grammys before.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what you get when you, like, she
sell
wrote the song and sold it to someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can't really be mad about it. Because, I mean, doesn't Taylor still get a Grammy if she was a writer?
A songwriter?
Song?
I think it was
on
for
what it is.
I think it was country duo performance. Or not duo, but country man performance of Better Man, I think.
Yeah.
But in that case, does she really deserve a Grammy because it's about the performance?
No, she doesn't deserve a
that's
Grammy
true.
for it, but she
It was like Song of the Year.
then
And
she would have
get the
gotten it because she was
Grammy,
songwriter.
yeah.
She was sole. She's the only one who wrote the song, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Like she was sole songwriter. So
Okay.
let's talk about nothing new.
It was interesting. I like Phoebe Bridgers' voice. I do. This is my first time hearing one of her songs, I guess, or listening to her. Yeah, it was something.
You can go with your taste.
I think it was my least favorite Ball song. I just thought it was kind of boring. And it kind of gave me, like, I love Folklore and Evermore, but it gave me, like, Folklore and Evermore vibes, which was just, like, very, like, chill. And that's not what I was, like, wanting from the songs on this album. So, also, I didn't find it very relatable, even though I feel like nothing, you could relate it to, like, aspects of your life, but they were talking specifically about, like, being like songwriter and like being famous. Like they're talking about what happens when like I'm not the newest famous girl. Like I can't relate to that at all.
Yeah.
That's true.
Kind
It's
of like
also-
I love the song on the album Lucky One also, but that's the same thing. She's like talking about being famous and like I don't know. I just can't relate to it.
Yeah, I also think I'm the same way. Like at first I thought, because I've only listened to it once and I'm usually super bad with lyrics. At first I thought it was about being in a relationship with someone and being like, what's it gonna be like when I'm not new to this person anymore?
Right.
Then I realized it was about the music industry and I'm like, okay, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know, you're gonna have your time, you're gonna go on. And it's also, you know, this would hit different if it was, and no disrespect, but if this was just Phoebe Bridgers' song, it would hit different. You're Taylor Swift. You're not.
she's literally
You're gonna
like-
stay around, and you know that. So I don't really think that you're gonna be replaced like other artists would. I guess.
Nothing New is my favorite Fall track. Because and it's not it's mostly purely from the standpoint of that Taylor Swift was my favorite childhood artist and Phoebe Bridgers is my favorite adulthood artist. Seeing them come together made me cry because I hear what you're saying about the like you thought it was about a relationship at first. I did too.
Yeah.
And I saw that it was about a I thought that it was about a relationship, and then I was like, oh, it's about the music industry. But usually with songs, especially with Phoebe's songs, since they are so like hyper specific to her situation. Granted, Taylor wrote this, but Phoebe's in it, so Phoebe song. They're so hyper specific to her situation that I just tend to kind of make whatever I think is, I interpret the song kind of into my own situation. That's what I do with a lot of music, because I'm like, I relate it to points in my life. So I think that I just kind of took it, at face value as like a relationship song, and that's kind of the way it's stuck in my head, even though it is about the music industry. It was just really sad. I also like really sad music.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, it's mostly because Taylor Swift, this is like my favorite album from childhood, and like Phoebe Bridgers is my favorite artist now of all time, and it's just like crazy to see them come together.
One thing I did think was like really like full circle is like the lyric about like talking about a new girl who's like 17 and like she'll like, I don't know what the lyrics are, but like the roadmap, she'll say she got it from me, which I just reminded me of Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah,
Olivia Rodrigo
said
is like
that.
She just turned 18 or whatever, but she like gives Taylor as like her biggest source of inspiration. So it's just funny that she wrote it like 10 years ago and like that actually happened.
Yeah. I'm gonna go first this time.
Okay. Yeah, there's that new little part in the beginning. Like,
promises.
it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
That was the part that I answered.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
Babe. I also really like this one. The singability on this song is insane. Like, I love just belting this one out in the car, because I already knew the lyrics, and the leaves were falling down, the weather was nice, and I was like, I'm gonna sing about a relationship I never had, and just like crank it. I don't love the promises at the beginning. Like when you into that, I was going like, eh. But that's just because like I liked the original so much, or the original. I liked Sugarland's version so much that I just wasn't prepared for that. But it's a solid vault track, and like it's kind of like Better Man, but it's a little bit more like not upbeat, even just a little bit more upbeat. I thought it was about cheating. The first time around. Is it about cheating?
I believe so.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I was like, is it about Jake Gyllenhaal?
It didn't get much of my attention.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
It's good. It's listenable.
It's listenable.
I don't think I'm gonna go to it, but if it was on, I wouldn't be like, turn this off.
I think the melody's really boring. Like, she doesn't really do anything super fun with her vocals in the song. It's kind of just like, how could you do this, babe? babe.
That's fair,
But, I mean, it's like good. I don't have any like issues with
it. It's a good song, yeah. Message in a Bottle. This was a crazy one to listen to for the first time, because I was like, what is this? When I listened to it for the first time.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Do I want to go first? Let me remind myself again. I will say, my first take is, this is the second best song to be called that. Ty Dolla $ign's Message in a Bottle.
Oh.
It's hard.
Isn't there like an Alanis Morissette song?
You know.
Message.
Yeah. Message in a Bottle is another one where, take it or leave it, I don't really have thoughts on it. It's just there. It exists. A lot of these vault tracks are just kind of like, okay. I'm glad that you put these out for the people that are gonna enjoy it, but it's not really for me.
It's like a fun pop song.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I think it's I was kind of, I didn't like the sentence or whatever it is in the beginning. I wasn't a really big fan of that, but the chorus is really, really good, in my opinion. Lyrically, it's not that deep, and like I don't care super much about it. But
like, why is she talking about a message in a bottle?
I think it's like, and like,
is the song supposed to be the message in the bottle?
Yeah, it is, I think.
Okay.
Like Come Back Be Here. I think it's like a companion song to Come Back Be Here. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's like you're all the way in London. Unless I'm thinking
she does say London in this one again.
Yeah, unless I'm thinking of The Very First Night, which I don't think I am. I think it's a companion song to Come Back Be Here. But it's a little bit happier because it's like, I'm going to send my love over to you instead of like...
A message in a bottle is not a very efficient way to get it.
No, not at all.
Carrier pigeon would be better. I bet you think about me.
Ooh,
Country
can we
track.
talk about this one?
Can we talk about this one?
Can we talk about this one?
one
Y'all
you have
two
the
go
hot
first.
take of?
Yeah, y'all two
Oh,
go
you have a hot take on this
Oh,
one?
yeah.
This gonna make me sad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first.
I like it. It's it's like obviously, it's like the most country song on the album. It's just funny like how you have songs like that and then like The Very First Night, they're just like so different. But I like it. I don't think it's like my favorite the melody isn't very like special to me. Also, it's just kind of But I think the lyrics are really good. There's some lyrics in there that I really like.
It's very punchy, lyrically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really, really liked this as a country song. I think as a vault track, it wasn't my favorite, but as a country song, I was like, this is really good. Mostly, my favorite part was the swell of the chorus, and then, like, I Bet You Think About Me, and then it all comes, like, crashing down musically.
Yeah.
I really, really liked that. And the lyrics are very good. And I'm excited for the music video that's coming out like tomorrow, I think. Yeah, there's gonna be like a music video for it. And like I'm not a big Chris Stapleton fan by any means, but
I good together.
Yeah, and I've always liked that kind of like, and she did this a lot in her earlier albums rather than she did this a lot in her earlier albums, but kind of adding like a male vocal backing track to kind of like harmonize with her, and that's something that I kind of missed, like for that she did a lot in like Debut and Speak Now and Fearless and whatnot, so I really, really liked it, but I'm quite intrigued to hear your take on it.
What's the take?
Look, I think, did we ever talk about Olivia Rodrigo's album? Did y'all ever hear my take on that?
I had never heard your take on it.
My take was you're pushing it, man. It's 10 songs about one dude. Calm
That's
down.
what this album is 30 songs about one
Right,
dude.
but the same thing happens when we get to I Bet You Think About Me. This is a whole song that just brings out my toxic. I don't know why. It just brings out the toxic in me. I wanna
You just feel problematic.
I wanna be problematic when I hear this song. You're gonna tell me, alright, that you made a whole song that says I bet you think about me with no hints of irony at all? At all.
Well,
none? If I hear that song and I'm the guy, I'm like, okay, that's nice. Because you're thinking about me. And I know that for sure.
That's true.
I'm all the way in your head.
She's being
for
very-
what?
She's being very presumptuous when like the rest of the album is like, you don't care about me.
At
and
all.
She's like, no, but you think about me all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, she floats back and forth between like the like please don't forget about me, like what we had was so special, and then also like the like I bet you're thinking about me all the time.
Yeah.
Well, and going even beyond that, she has some lyrics where she essentially says, you know, you're a sad person, you don't know how to be happy. I bet you think about me all the time. Maybe I'm sad because of whatever you did to me. I don't know. I don't know. If you're the person that I'm thinking of all the time and I'm a sad person, I think 2 and 2 makes 4. None of y'all are funny, so someone make a song about me now.
She'd re-record Mean and dedicate it to you specifically.
Yeah, she should.
Forever Winter.
Winter.
You had an interesting.
Okay, yeah.
Thought
At
about
first,
that.
like, I liked it because I originally thought it was just about, like, a relationship and, like, not realizing they're, like, going through stuff, but you want to be there for them, and, like, that's great. But I saw on Twitter that this song was, like, they think, like, when she wrote the song was around the time that one of her friends died from, like, a drug overdose, and apparently he, like, dealt with a lot of, like, mental health problems. So I went back and, like, listened to it and, like, watched the lyric video and, like, kept that in mind. And it, like, completely fits with that, and, like, it's not even, like, romantic if you listen to it in that way. So I really liked it because I feel like that's kind of her first song where she's basically just saying, like, it'll be forever winter if you're gone, like, don't leave, like, I'll be there for you. So it wasn't, like, my favorite, like vocally and stuff, but I do like the message.
Last Winter didn't really grab me when I listened to it, so I'll have to go back and kind of see it with new eyes.
That's not even the title of the song.
What did he say?
What? Forever Winter?
What did he say?
I said Last Winter.
Rubbing your phone,
It
right?
didn't grab me.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
thinking of Last Christmas. Run featuring Ed Sheeran. I want to hear your thoughts. You
I
spent
hate
some
that song so much.
Oh,
Wait,
I hate-
listen.
I hate that
kind
song
of
so
agree.
much.
I
Yeah.
don't like the chorus. I don't like the chorus.
It
but
goes
I
on for way too
love-
long.
Wait,
It's
listen.
so
but I
sweet.
love the
How long is
pre-chorus
it?
going into it. Like
I don't hate
there-
pre-chorus,
It sounds
you're right.
really pretty, like
You're
going
right.
into it, and then
pretty.
and then the chorus is lame. It's like
It's just
we
run,
can run,
run,
run along. Like it's
run.
dumb. Yeah, it is kind of dumb.
And it
but,
goes
like,
on for too long. I think if it was like an interlude that was like 90 seconds, I'd be like, this is cool.
Yeah.
It just goes on for too long.
I think I've only listened to it twice, but I like it.
Okay.
No, I like it too.
But-
I do like. I will say that I like it, but the chorus is not special.
I don't really remember I think I like the verses and the pre-chorus,
Yeah.
but I think I'd
It's
have to
really
go
nice.
back and listen to the chorus again. I'd probably agree with you guys.
Yeah.
I really like what Ed Sheeran does. Like, one thing that I thought was, everything has changed, I thought was really, really good from the original re-recording, so I think that I had a positive, like, I was like, Ed Sheeran good, and I like went into a run, and I was like, yeah, this is great.
No, their voices sound really good together.
Their voices
when
sound
he's not
so...
rapping.
The very first night, this one is very similar to Message in a Bottle.
But better.
Yeah.
It was,
I think
it was
it's
better.
like probably my favorite of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mine too.
Tristan told me it was good. You're right.
Yeah.
You're
It
right.
is good.
It's my favorite.
I have to wait.
of all
Let me
time.
listen to the beginning again because I don't really.
Even though I don't even really think I understand, like, what she's saying. She's like, I miss you like the very first night. Like, miss you like the very first night that
They were together.
they were together and then they parted?
Oh, maybe this is the companion song to
Okay.
Come Back Be
Or
Here.
is it like, I miss you, like, I just miss being together with you like it was the very first night? Or is it after they left the very first night and then they missed each other?
I don't know.
what I'm talking about?
I wasn't really deep diving. I was just like, this is really upbeat, and I
No,
with
yeah,
the
I mean,
sound, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, this one. Yeah, it was really good. I think I kind of had a similar reaction to it as Message in a Bottle. I did like it a little bit better, but I was like, yeah, you know, cute, bouncy.
Yeah.
Lyrics aren't super terribly deep, but they don't have to be.
Yeah.
I'm impressed
Well,
enough
actually,
with her work.
okay, if this song was slowed down, it's actually very sad. She's like talking about like Jake Gyllenhaal and like how people like she kind of is like referencing what she referenced in All Too Well, like that night in the hotel room and like
Yeah.
so actually if you like look back on the lyrics, it's kind of depressing.
Yeah, but,
it's
just don't pay attention and
just but I think it's interesting
dance.
how it's like a heartbreak
Yeah.
song, but it's like fun.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the same time.
It's like happy, free, confused, and lonely at the same time.
Yeah.
It's
Nice
similar
reference.
to. It's similar to like. I don't know, she does this like State of Grace. She did like you know the original version is very boppy, and then she does like the acoustic version, which is just like sad.
Yeah.
If you like
I
sit
like
down
that
and
a
listen to
lot,
it,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think this is a similar thing. If she did an acoustic, it would be like heartbreaking.
Yeah. I think
So.
yeah, I really like that one.
I don't want to start.
Can we just like start off the rails?
Okay.
Let's start off the rails with All Too Well, the 10-minute version. We need to have a talk about Taylor Swift's dad. Because
God,
what the
yeah.
f was he doing this entire time? You were your 21st birthday. You were sitting there at home waiting for this 30-year-old man to come pick you up. And your dad was just like, oh, that's tough. And your dad was just there watching this happen.
No,
and he
it
didn't
was
say
at her
anything.
birthday party.
It was at her birthday.
Her dad was mentioned as like being around or being there though.
Yeah, he was at
It's
the
a
birthday
huge
party.
He was at the party and
Yeah.
she was waiting for him to come and
Correct.
he never came.
A 30-year-old
like,
man. And your dad's just sitting there cool? Like, oh yeah, hope your boyfriend comes tonight. He doesn't have an issue with you being with a 30-year-old man.
Live her life.
Alright, cool.
I don't think he-
earned her father's respect with his self-effacing jokes. That was a line in the song.
That's what I'm saying. So we gotta talk about how her dad is a nasty man too. Because there's no way.
Okay.
There's no way a father should let something like that happen to his daughter without a
okay.
conversation at least.
I don't think-
Taylor didn't even say, yo, my dad said this is a bad idea.
Maybe this is a hot take,
Go ahead.
but I don't think their age difference is that big of a deal.
Look.
Okay, I think that
And I
it's.
feel like if he...
It's not the worst age difference that has ever happened.
No.
She
it's
just got
not.
the ability to drink. I don't know, that's pretty
It's
nasty.
not John Mayer.
She just got the ability to drink though. And you're 30?
But I feel like I'm sure her parents had like hesitations about
Yeah.
it. But then once they met him, maybe they were like charmed
This
by
guy's
him
funny,
and thought,
yeah.
you know, maybe he's not, you know, maybe he's fine.
I don't
mean,
know,
outside
man.
of this
I'm
relationship,
different as a dad, I guess. I would meet you and be like, you're a grown-ass man. And this is the kid that I consider to be my baby for life. And you're a grown-ass man.
but like
Yeah.
outside of this relationship, the people love Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's true.
So I don't think that it was too far of a stretch for him to meet Taylor's parents and then them to, you know, be like, okay, this guy's okay. But I think like you're reaching a little bit.
I'm
with it,
reaching
just
on
a
a
little
30-year-old man.
Well, also,
Tristan,
wait.
hold on, I'm tripping.
I'm
bit. He was
I'm
also.
If you had a daughter, hold on. If you
Also,
had
he
a
was
daughter.
not. He was not 30.
Okay.
Didn't she date Jake Gyllenhaal after John Mayer?
I was just about to say that.
I'm-
Yeah.
Bro,
He's
that
older.
dad is a
He's
nasty.
older.
That's back to back, bro.
Yeah.
You just let your daughter wild out.
She was
Okay.
18
Okay.
when she was with John Mayer. Yeah, right?
Yeah, he was what, like...
This is
There was
weird.
Such
This
a
is-
big age difference.
Also,
the fact that
yeah.
she was doing that after John Mayer, it would have been such a relief that she was dating someone at least a little closer to her age.
Also, yeah, because her mom hated John Mayer. We
I
know
would-
this
I would
for to
hope.
be true.
I like her
From-
mom then. Her mom's.
Yeah, he was insanely old.
Jake's 9.
Actually, he was 29. I think
He was 29, but
and
it's still nine years age difference. And like, I think my parents would be concerned if I went from dating a man who was 12 years older than me to dating a man who was 9 years older than me. I think they'd still be okay. But I don't think that it was quite as big a deal as you're chalking it up to be.
All right.
Also, this is from one line in the song.
We raise people differently, I guess. I don't know, man.
Moving beyond that one line.
Jake's a nasty man. Jake's a nasty.
He is. We can agree on this. We can agree on this.
Interested her in the first place.
I think you would
Thank
like
you.
the short film if you watched it.
You would really like
You
the
would
short
like
film.
really, it'd make you uncomfortable.
I don't want to watch
No, let's
I don't
go
wanna
into
be
why
uncomfortable.
though, because you would agree with this. Because
No,
listen,
I agree. I'm fully on her side. I don't need any more convincing. I think that this was very bad.
I know, but part of the thing, like the short film made me feel icky, and it was because we've seen Sadie Sink grow up on television. We saw her when she was like 14 playing Max in Stranger Things when she was really young. And we've seen her grow up through that, and even though she's close to Taylor's age now, I don't know if she's 18 or 19.
She's 19.
She's 19? Okay. And then Dylan O'Brien, we've also seen grow up in the television sphere, and like this man is loved. The people love Dylan O'Brien, and since he's been in it for such a long time, they also kind of sometimes see him as like a little bit younger because he was in Teen Wolf and all that stuff. But he had like a full beard, like he looked like a man,
He's a man, yeah.
in the All Too Well music video, and that's so like the youngness of Sadie Sink set in, and then also like how old Dylan O'Brien is kind of set in, and that together was just I was like this is gross, and that's the point.
And he doesn't shower.
And it doesn't shower. The man does not shower.
Come on.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But it made you feel icky, but it was for a reason.
Should we talk about other aspects of the song?
Yeah, I guess we should talk about
Can
the
I give
song
another
now.
hot take real quick?
Oh dear God.
I think that if people didn't kind of cast aside pop the way that they do, this is a top 5 diss track of all time. If
Yeah.
we want to talk about it,
Oh, yeah.
she
No,
went
this is
crazy on it.
absolutely-
yeah.
It's top 5 all time.
No, it's bad.
I literally,
Oh my God, yeah.
because I didn't know going into it that it was gonna be new lyrics. I thought she was just gonna have like, more choruses and like a break for like more music. So then I was hearing the lyrics and I was driving around. When I got to the part where she was like, "I get older, but all your stay the
Exes
same
stay
age,"
the age,
yeah.
I had to pull over because the
No, I literally,
what?
Yeah.
What was the other one?
And
The
it's
other-
funny because his girlfriend right now is
Is
25.
25.
They started dating when she was 22.
Uh-huh.
So like, just
Oh.
facts.
Also underrated, that part where she kind of set it up and she was like, I guess that's the fun of turning 21 or whatever, that hit me too.
Oh, that was my favorite. That was the one that hit me
Yeah.
the hardest, like
Yeah.
with the dad thing. It's supposed to be fun turning 21. I was like, oh, because the moment I knew, and all these other songs that like set up that effectively she's been setting up that line for 10 years, which is just crazy to think about.
Oh, I don't know if this is my favorite lyric, but I really liked the "You kept me like a secret, I kept you like an oath."
Yeah,
Like that just shows like the way he viewed their relationship
Yeah.
versus the way
he was
she
gross.
did.
Are you googling?
Yeah, I'm trying to find my favorite lyric because there's one that always gets me.
What's yours?
Probably it's supposed to be fun turning 21. That's not really like it's not like a one-liner, but just the setup to it is immaculate. And then of course like I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, "You'll get older, but your lovers stay my age." That
Yeah.
was good.
Oh, my favorite line always is when she goes, "Maybe I asked for too much, but maybe this thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up."
That's an
Yeah.
original.
It's
a
We love to
classic.
see it. It's a classic.
Always
Yeah.
hits deep.
Great song.
Yeah,
Love that song.
yeah.
And I do like that version better than the one that she re-recorded, the 5-minute version.
Yeah.
Even though I'm usually a bigger fan of like guitars and like acoustic guitar, like that's my stuff. I really liked the way that she set this one up with like the stronger drum line and like a electric guitar backing kind of.
This one fitted better.
It was
I think.
good, yeah.
Going back to lyrics, I thought it was interesting. We learned because I always assumed in December the birthday party situation that was the end of their relationship. I know it's not our business to know stuff, but we did kind of get some more tea that when she said 3 months later he came back and they sounds like they kind of started things up again.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't the same, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
So
She really did a lot with that song.
Yeah.
Who do we think the actress was in the bathroom?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who's at that party.
Yeah.
I know some people think it was his sister.
Gwyneth
Some
Paltrow.
No.
Two main
no.
theories, one that it was Jennifer Aniston and one that it was Anne Hathaway. But there's equal supporting
Interesting.
evidence
Yeah,
for both.
I think it was Jennifer Aniston.
I will go with Anne Hathaway then.
Hell yeah.
Just to be.
Just to be and you'll go with Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Wait,
Just
why?
the third
Just
option.
because those two actresses were at the party?
There's like some deeper lore behind it that I don't remember from that I don't remember from memory, but you could probably read about it.
Okay, that's interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah, usually you'd think a 10-minute song, you'd be like over it by the end, but it's like, keeps your attention.
I was
Yeah.
not, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I want more. Give me the 15-minute version
Yeah.
of All Too Well.
Give me the hour version.
Oh, also, last thing. What do y'all think of the, some people have been theorizing that she wrote some of those lyrics more recently.
That's what I assumed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering, is if these are all original lyrics.
Because a lot of people are saying, like, did the love affair maim you too? Like, that's very folklorian. Like, that's very kind of that
Yeah,
whole. Because
there's
the
some
song
things.
ends, you know, at the 5-minute version, and then she has essentially like a whole nother verse.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like that, you know, like a lot of people are convinced that she just had like a 7-minute version and she tacked on that verse later, like as recently as like a couple years ago or a year ago.
Because the X's line had to be at least more recently than whenever she originally wrote it.
Yeah,
so
and also
well.
people are like, how did she know?
Yeah.
You know?
So
and
I
like, I,
think
mean,
all
she
that
could have
was-
Yeah, that's
assumed
true.
because he's always been a greasy man, but.
Yeah. True.
But
I remember there was like another lyric, I don't even know if it was in this song or if it was in a different song, and I was like, that's a folklore line because it was like, had some like random big word in it. You know how she used like random big words?
Epiphany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that sounds like something else.
Blondie does love random big words in her songs.
What are our closing thoughts
What are her closing
on
thoughts?
Taylor's version Red?
I'd say
I liked it.
overall, I thought like I care about this one more than I cared about Fearless, Taylor's version.
Me
I
too,
think the
yeah.
alt tracks are a lot better than
Mm-hmm.
the Fearless
Mhm.
alt tracks.
Yeah, Red is my favorite Taylor Swift album. I really like Folklore, but like of everything of all time, I would probably say Red is my favorite. And it was the very first one I listened to when she released it, and like the songs I grew up with and all that. So I think that it had a lot more emotional significance for me. So I think that like I didn't like Fearless as much as I like Red, and even though Speak Now has more songs that I really, really, really love, I don't think I'll be quite as excited for it as I was for Red. Also because of Phoebe Bridgers, so. But yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was phenomenal. Red's my second favorite Taylor Swift album. It was my first that I listened to, I think. Or maybe that was Folklore. I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking out for 1989. That's my favorite Taylor
I'm
album.
excited for
Yeah.
that.
I need that Taylor
And I think that's
version.
what's gonna be next.
Yeah.
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 She like
Yeah.
hinted at because everyone reads into like everything she says because them Easter eggs. But
Mhm.
I
in,
just
like
hear from y'all.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna say why. It doesn't matter. But
I'm
I think that's
excited,
what's
yeah.
next.
And I'm excited for Speak Now too. I think that'll be a fun one. And the vault tracks on that one are gonna be pretty good too, I think. I'm ready to hear some John Mayer slander. I am ready for some John Mayer slander.
I think honestly, in hindsight, like I don't know if it's just because I know more about the Jake Gyllenhaal thing. Jake seems worse.
He seems
John,
like
John seems like he was bad in the moment, but being a John Mayer stan, he seems like he's rehabilitated now, and he's like not nasty anymore.
he's just like he's done so much. Like this man
Yeah.
has like lived like 90 lives.
Oh yeah, no, it
So
took him a
I think
while to
that's why,
become
like-
not a piece of.
Yeah.
But now he's cool now. He's just making little music songs.
Why you no love me?
Yeah, why you don't love me? No, think about this. Maybe here's the thing. Maybe that's how he thought he had to communicate with Taylor. He was like, she's like 18. I don't know how those kids talk. Why you don't love me? Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to end with something funny,
I know.
like a lyric.
Let's end with why you don't love me.
No.
No.
That's about John Mayer.
That's about John Mayer.
Okay, if we say, thanks for watching, but we've got to run.
I hate that song.
Okay, that was mine. Could just say bye.
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 Or we all sang it together.
Wait. No. We just gotta end it. Like.
Okay. Thanks for watching!